former US President Trump is offering to mediate between Russia and Ukraine, potentially reshaping the entire European security landscape that Ireland depends on. Good morning, and welcome to the Morning Brief. Today is Sunday, 5th July 2026. I'm Neil, and in the next few minutes I'll take you from Ireland across to Britain and out into the wider world. Everything you need to know before the day begins. World. Our first story comes from the United States and Eastern Europe. Former US President Donald Trump has offered to mediate between Russia and Ukraine, speaking with both Vladimir Putin and President Volodymyr Zelenskiy about potential peace negotiations. This represents a significant shift in the American approach to a conflict that has dominated global politics for over 4 years now. For Ireland, this matters because Ukraine's fate directly affects the stability of the European Union we're part of. Any US-brokered peace agreement could fundamentally reshape the European security architecture and pull Ireland into new defence discussions we've historically kept at arm's length. In Germany this morning, thousands are taking to the streets in alarm. Mass protests have erupted across the country as the far-right Alternative for Germany party, the AfD, gains significant political momentum. The rise of this extremist movement in Europe's largest economy threatens the liberal democratic values that have underpinned the entire European Union since its founding. For Ireland, this is deeply concerning because Germany is our largest trading partner within the EU and the economic anchor that keeps the Eurozone stable. A political shift toward far-right governance could destabilise the currency, affect Irish exports, and weaken the very EU institutions Ireland depends on for prosperity and influence. Meanwhile, the war itself intensifies. Ukraine has struck a major Russian oil terminal in St. Petersburg, targeting key infrastructure that funds Moscow's military campaign. The attack signals that, despite ongoing diplomatic discussions, the intensity of the conflict remains undiminished. For Ireland, continued conflict in Ukraine affects the global energy prices we all pay, the EU sanctions coordination that Ireland participates in, and the broader European security environment that defines our foreign policy and our careful approach to neutrality. In the Middle East, a significant transition is underway. Iran's authorities are preparing for the funeral of Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, expecting up to 20 million people to attend the ceremonies. The death marks a crucial succession moment for the Islamic Republic and will reshape Iran's regional influence and its approach to nuclear negotiations with the world. For Ireland, Iran's leadership transition affects the global oil markets we depend on, the EU-Iran relations that Ireland helped shape, and the broader Middle East stability that influences our humanitarian commitments and international trade interests. UK. From the United Kingdom this morning, the Northern Ireland Assembly is advancing legislation that could impose 2-year prison sentences on people who conduct conversion practices, harmful attempts to change someone's sexual orientation or gender identity. This represents significant progress on LGBTQ+ protections in the region. For Ireland, Northern Ireland's legislative decisions directly affect our own LGBTQ+ citizens and set important precedent for human rights standards across our shared island. This kind of protection reflects the evolving values we both share. In healthcare news from England, the NHS is set to revolutionise how patients access services. By April 2028, the NHS app will be updated with artificial intelligence technology, designed to direct patients to the most appropriate healthcare service for their needs. This £10 billion digital overhaul is one of the most ambitious modernisations the service has undertaken in years. For Ireland, thousands of our citizens work within the NHS or access UK healthcare services. When health systems diverge technologically between Ireland and Britain, It can affect cross-border patient care and the mobility of our medical professionals. On a political note from Westminster, the Sunday Times is reporting that Reform UK leader Nigel Farage failed to register financial support supplied by a man previously convicted of fraud in the United States. Farage has denied any breach of political rules, but the controversy adds to questions about financial transparency in his party. For Ireland, this matters because Farage's Reform UK party directly influences British policy toward Ireland, the future direction of post-Brexit regulations, and cross-border relationships. Questions about his financial accountability affect the trust we place in leaders shaping our mutual interests. And we close at home, in Ireland. The European Union is set to hold a vote on sanctions related to Aughinish Alumina, one of Ireland's largest industrial employers in County Limerick. The decision could have profound consequences for the jobs and investment that facility represents. Aughinish Alumina is a cornerstone of Irish manufacturing and one of our most significant industrial employers. Any EU sanctions decision directly threatens jobs and investment in a critical part of our economy. On planning and consumer protection, a local council has launched an investigation into a property developer after homeowners discovered they were missing electric vehicle charging points, despite planning conditions explicitly requiring them. Residents are arguing that planning conditions must be enforced, and that all car park spaces should have EV charging, as promised. This affects the rights of Irish homeowners and raises important questions about developer accountability and whether planning conditions are properly enforced across the country. And on our roads this morning, a tragic loss. A motorcyclist in his 50s was pronounced dead at the scene of a single vehicle collision near Kilcock in County Kildare on Saturday morning at approximately 10:45 a.m. The incident highlights the ongoing road safety challenges our communities face. Road safety remains a critical concern, affecting families and communities right across Ireland. And incidents like this remind us all of the importance of careful, attentive driving. And that's the morning brief for today. Whatever the day brings, take it steady. I'm Neil. I'll be back tomorrow morning. Until then, look after yourself.